can you tell us what the injury was? That was the first time you had last year. I guess what happened?
Yeah, it was just a MCL sprain. That's all it was. And now I feel good and everything. It's back. It wasn't really that severe, just a little sprain. So we all good now though in that department. But yeah, it was just a little sprain to my knee. Yeah, initially yeah, it was very disappointing because I'm trying to get through a season. I didn't get to finish my sophomore season, so obviously going to the next season, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm gonna get to finish this whole season, and I want to be out there for my guys. It sucks being on the sideline, and I put all that work in to have a good junior season. So just having to go through that, but I think also the plus side was I already know how to deal with that situation, so I was able to regroup myself from it and really just get my head back on track and get to where I'm at today.
As an offensive line, if you go going back on last year, what are some of the areas you feel like this group has improved overall? Are there any main areas you guys look at?
So I just think from like a mental side, like just understanding like the game and where to have our eyes. Like I think a lot of us is with eye placement, and that's something that Coach Luke really emphasizes with us is having our eyes in the right place. And I think with us, like we're doing too much thinking and not just playing. And I mean, we had a lot of new people playing last year, so I mean that was probably a part of that. But I feel like with Coach Luke, he emphasizes that he actually demands it, and that's been really good. Like just he demands that out of us. So I think that's going to be fixed. And it's that mess side and the confidence. When you have two new positions playing, they're trying to get their feet under them, and I think now that they do, you're gonna see that next step from them this year.
So you guys returned 7 offensive linemen last season. How does that experience from those 7 players coming back to this season will impact you guys on?
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be good for us because I mean that's what you need is confidence on the line and camaraderie, and we have that now because we have a year under our belt together. We know how each other play. Like for me, like I was playing with Trish for the first time. Now I know how Trish plays. I train with him now in the off season, and it's just so we can kind of pick up on how we play. And I feel like our chemistry is going to show on the field this year, definitely. And just the passion that we'll play for each other. It takes time to build that, and now that we have that, I feel like it's going to show this next year.
You mentioned time. How much time, I guess for you personally, does it take you to build chemistry with your offensive line?
I mean, I think it just depending on the person. I mean, like I was very intentional getting close with Trish. I mean, me and Trish are best friends now, and we made that a thing last year to understand each other how we play. And I told him from the beginning, like just do you. I'm gonna figure you out, and I'm gonna do me, and you figure him out, and we're just gonna figure out from there. And now I think we have a great understanding of how each other play. And like that was something like me and Will Putnam had. Like we knew how we played, so I think like you're gonna start seeing that between the rest of the line now because we all played together at this point. Yeah, my initial impression of him was just like wow, like it was different, and for me, I love different, I love change, and just having a different energy come into the room. He demands excellence out of us, and that was his message. Like I'm gonna demand excellence out of you every day. You got to go hard, and I don't accept nothing less. And I feel like that's gonna be really good for our offensive line because we got to pick it up, and I think he's doing that. And I'm just excited about him. He's so knowledgeable. He has tons of experience in this game. I mean, I really don't know too many offensive line coaches with the resume like his. So, it's just a blessing to play for him. I've known about him like since he was at Ole Miss. So, I knew what was coming in here, kind of. And then now that I get to play under him, like it's a blessing. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be coached by him.
Will Vandervoort with Clemson Insider. I was just curious. I saw you working some with at right guard and all. Like, are you playing both guard positions, and is it any different than? Because I know you played mostly left.
Yeah, so I'm repping both, and I think it's just to show my capability at both, but also just to get reps at both because, at the next level, you got to be ready to play whatever position. And, I want to be able to show that I could play left tackle, left guard, right tackle. So that's what I'm doing right now. They're giving me that opportunity to do that, and I'm really enjoying, getting to play at the right side because, yeah, it's a little different, where, with your hips, strength and everything, and I've been able really to focus on that this spring, and I've actually really enjoyed it. It's been a challenge, and I think that's something I need coming into my 4th year, still keep myself in an uncomfortable situation and grow from it.
How did that conversation work with Coach on that? When he sat down with you, said this is what we're going to do, and what was that like?
I mean, it was really just like, Marcus, go to right guard, and I was like, cool. You know, like I wasn't really tripping about it too much because, like, for me, I'm always I'm ready to accept any challenge that comes my way. And like I saw it as an opportunity to get better at a position that I haven't been at too much, and I didn't want to, put myself in a position where I get put at right guard and I never got reps there. So don't give me that opportunity. I'm very grateful for it, and I think it's going to benefit me in the long run.
David Hood with TigerNet.com, people tell me that you have rah-rah guys, but that you're the spiritual leader, the emotional leader of this group. Is that true? That they say that if anybody cares the most, it's Marcus Tate?
Yeah, I mean, I love my guys. There's one thing about me, like I ride for my guys, and we experience a lot of scrutiny, being an offensive lineman here, just a Clemson player, period. And I want to ride from as tough as possible, especially with last year, having Tristan being his first year playing. Like, I was constantly in his ear, just giving him confidence. I wasn't trying to bring him down. I wasn't trying to tell him like, come on. Like, it was just like, yo, you got this. And that's important to me because I want to see everybody succeed. I'm not a jealous person, So like for me, it's just being able to connect with my guys. I feel like everybody in the room I'm cool with. I don't. I'm very to myself off the field, but I take the time to meet with my teammates and hang out with them, and that's important to me because family is the most important thing to me, and making those guys my family, I mean, I think it's just going to help us all, especially with me being the leader in the room. And I mean, also Tristan Lee is a very, very passionate person. If you get to know him, you will see that right away. He's a leader right along with me. He cares just as much as anybody else on this team. I mean, y'all gonna see like that man is real deal. Like he's one of the most compassionate people I've ever met. So, I mean, us two, I think, we have that responsibility, and we're doing our thing with it this year.
How important is that with a position group like offensive line? Because other position groups, you got guys in and out, but that starting five typically stays out there most of the game. How important is it for you guys to not only have that, chemistry, but that kind of pull for each other?
I think it's most important because, we all have to execute at the same time. If one of us don't, the play doesn't work. So as long as having that camaraderie, having that pull for each other, we want to play for each other more than anybody else because we know that if we don't make our job happen, we're letting the dude next to us down, So I think that goes into mind. And just want to be successful. A lot of us, like with Phil, a lot of us play really hard for Phil, and especially Ship last year. Like, it was important for us to, make them successful, and, we take that very seriously. So, going into next year, I think it's just important that we're always on the same page with everything. And, when you love the guy next to you, you don't want to fail because then you let him down. And that's the last thing you want to do for someone that you call your brother. He's gonna tell you like it is. He's not demeaning or anything, but he's gonna correct your wrongs, and I can appreciate that because I think that's what we need. We don't need no fluff. Offensive line is a position where you got to be tough, you got to be mentally tough, and I think he instills that in us. Like you got to be able to be Tate coaching, and he does that. If you get a rep wrong, he tells you like, no, this is how it's got to be, and that's the real. Like you have to get your job done. That's the part of being an offensive lineman. That's part of being a grown man. You have a job, you got to get it done, and I think he's instilling that in us right now.
So you already kind of knew who he was before he came here. I guess you've seen the recruiting trail and all, or just kind of knew of him.
Yeah, no relationship, just like knew who he was, like because of just his time at Ole Miss and everything. Because I just watched, I'm a football dude, so. Oh, yeah, I was a big NCAA 14 guy. For me, since I never played any skill position, I was definitely the quarterback, running back, and I was winning Heisman every year. So I'm looking forward to getting back on Road to Glory. I'm probably spend a lot of hours on there. Very excited for that game to come out. And it's going to be a dream come true because I already know, what's about to go on with it. So I'm excited to, get it rolling and play it this summer. Nah, I don't care about all that, man. I'm just trying to play the game. I mean, just to be in it is a blessing in itself, you know what I'm saying? So I think where I'm at now, it's the first game back, and I'm going to be in it. So, I mean, that's a blessing. So all that overall stuff, that doesn't matter. It matters what goes on in that field and what my coaches tell me, and that's all I listen to. So.
How are you going to manage that with all your other stuff you got to do? Because, getting that video game, you get kind of different.
Nah. I mean, I'm very focused. I'm just saying, like, when I have my leisure time, I'm definitely going to be playing that game. But, I'm very focused. I have a ton of vision for what I want, especially being, my senior year. I'm locking in more than ever. And I just want to make sure that, my head is on the right spot. But I got to give myself some free time, to relax and everything. And 14, so let's see. I was a big LSU. I was big on LSU back then. They had a bunch of guys. Who else was pretty good in that around that time? I really played with them most of the time, or else I just made my own franchise, and I was letting people go and recruiting everybody to my team, probably like San Diego State or something like that. So, yeah, I'm just excited for stuff like that.
So you kind of know a little bit of what's going to be in it. Have they been like show you anything?
I'm just saying, like, in terms of like us being in the game, like that's what I'm excited about. Like, you get to see yourself in the game. Like, I'm 21 years old. I remember like that's my dream as a little 7-year-old kid playing the game. I just want to be in a video game, and now that might come true. So, I'm very blessed for that opportunity.
I just want to ask you something in terms of like 99 strength and 99 speed. Are there any guys on this team that you know?
99 straight, 99 speed. Let's see. I think so. Tyler Brown, he's pretty fast. That's a pretty fast man. So if you're gonna give it someone on this team, I would say him. Or a 99 strength, yeah, Peter Woods, Dietrich, or Blake Miller. Blake Miller's pretty strong. But yeah, and yeah, that's what I'd probably go with. Jake Brennan's still a little fast now. I'm gonna throw his name in there too. He fast for a little 6'7" dude. I'm trying to tell you.